Welcome back. We'll begin this segment in Kenya, where the World Bank, of course, has cut that country's economic growth forecast for this year by half a percentage point to 5.5%, citing drought, sluggish private sector credit growth, and rising prices of oil. The country is estimated to have expanded by 5.9% last year, the highest annual expansion in half a decade. But the outlook has been hit by months of dry weather that left 2.7 million people in need of food aid and a drop in annual private sector credit growth to 4% in February from 17% at the end of 2015. In its latest report on the Kenyan economy, the World Bank says growth would pick up after this year, driven by the expected normalization of rainfall, a firmer global economy, a rebound in tourism, and the resolution of challenges curbing credit growth. According to the bank, Kenya's GDP growth is expected to accelerate to 5.8% and 6.1% in 2018 and 2019. And still in Kenya, recently that country became the world's first country to sell bonds through mobile phones, the M-Akiba bonds, which translates to mobile savings in Swahili. M-Akiba began selling on March 23, with a sale slated to go on for 3 weeks. The issue was fully subscribed by the 5th of April. Well, the question remains, is M-Akiba really achieving its aim for which it was introduced? Let's talk to an Africa equity researcher at Exotics Partners in London, Binta Sisedrave. Good afternoon, Binta. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Now, it's barely a month since Kenya introduced its M-Akiba. What's your general assessment of this innovation?
Yes, I think it's one of the first products in the world that enables ordinary Kenyan to buy bonds through their mobile handset without going to a bank. So in that sense, it's a very innovative product. And it also, in my opinion, encourages ordinary Kenyan to invest in the capital market.
Now, just as you have said, M-Akiba is targeted at retail investors, and of course the first tranche of the bond sale has been done, but data from the Treasury shows that the sale was mainly dominated by big buyers and not the small mass market buyers it was meant to serve. Why do you think this happened?
I think maybe the product needs a little bit more. People need to be a little bit more aware of it. I think at this stage, this is the first sale of this bond. So I think with time, people will hopefully be a little bit more familiar with it, and hopefully the interest for this product will grow with time. But certainly this is not entirely surprising, because most people, most ordinary Kenyan, your farmers, etc., are probably not really used to this type of product. So this is their first exposure to this kind of investment.
So it's all about awareness that the government would have to do. Now, the main objective of M-Akiba, and I suppose the M-Pesa, which has been running for some time, is to ensure financial inclusion in that country. Now, do you think this innovation by Kenya is what other African countries should actually take up?
Yes, I think there is definitely an opportunity for other African countries first to push mobile money. I think if you look at most African economies, most of them are cash-based economies, and cash is the main transaction and main mode of payment for financial transaction throughout Africa. And I think there is a business case for introducing or using mobile as a substitute for cash. And I think in that sense, Kenya is a great example for that. I think this also highlights that M-Pesa can be not only used as a payment method, but also as an investment platform, as a platform for issuing loans, for issuing saving account, etc. So I think this is a very positive development in my opinion.
Now, what challenges do you see M-Akiba encountering? Do you see the government having with, this M-Akiba in the course of getting to the process?
Yes, I guess as you mentioned at the beginning, the main aim of this product was to get more retail interest, and that is still yet to be the case. So I guess with a little bit more time and a lot more communication around it, that could be achieved. The other thing is, once people start investing in this bond, being able to trade it in the secondary market, I understand that the CBA is actually providing the liquidity for the secondary market for the first issue of Kenya shilling 150 million for the bonds. So I think those are the key challenges, making sure that there is an active secondary market, but also, as you mentioned at the beginning, getting more retail investors' involvement.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Binta. Binta Sisidre is an equity analyst with Exotics Partners London. Now let's move to Uganda and see how entrepreneurs there are using their innovations to give back to the communities where they come from. Yusuf Mbazira founded a bicycle career inside his small town Kasubi, a Kampala suburb, in 2002 and hopes that the courier service can empower the riders financially.
Members of the Kampala Cycling Club gather outside their headquarters, ready for a day of work and training. They ride in and around Uganda's capital city, delivering packages as part of a courier service provided by the club to raise money and give the members an income while keeping them in top cycling form. The club was started by Ugandan cycling veteran Yusuf Mbazira as a way to reach out to youth from poor backgrounds and get them into the sport. Now he's using the delivery service to turn the club's riders into professionals with hopes of one day qualifying for the Olympics.
Before, it was really very challenging maintaining cycling without having the source of income to support the cycling sport. And we looked at what could we do to support the athletes to earn a living, and also to the community, entire community, to benefit out of the sporting activities we are doing. Cycling was recognized in Uganda as the sport for the poor.
Mbazira got the idea for the courier service while on a trip to the Netherlands in 2010 when he saw messengers running errands on bicycles.
Oh my God.
The country has one of the worst road safety records in Africa after Nigeria and South Africa, according to a 2013 Global Status Report on Road Safety.
That's the business of sports. And that's it on the program. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chimize Obi Iwagu.